Hi, this is Cheri. In this video, I'm going to show you how to draw a cute pink and purple unicorn. First, loosely draw a circle. As you can see, mine isn't perfect, which is fine. These are all gestural lines that I'm starting with. Next, I'm drawing the muzzle, and it just looks like a big lump growing on the side of the circle there. But now I'm giving it more cylindrical shape by drawing in that curved line. And next I'm going to draw in the horn, because that's the next largest shape on this unicorn's head. And it just looks like a party hat that you just put right on top of the pony's head, or you can also think geometrically it's just a cone, a rounded cone. Next I'm drawing in the forelock, which is just the top part of the mane on the unicorn. And I guess it looks kind of like some icing or whipped cream, and you just stick that cone right in the middle of it. Next, I'm drawing in the ears just behind the forelock there, and then on the side facing us is the other ear. Now I'm going to draw the eyes. It's just two really long, huge oval shapes. I want them to be really big because that's going to really pump up the adorable cuteness factor. And I'm just going in and I'm going back and refining all the bits and pieces of my unicorn. Now I'm drawing in the eye, the actual iris of the unicorn, and I've got that little circle there on each eye as kind of the highlight or the reflective light on the eye. And I want to shorten the muzzle a little bit. It was looking a little long. The smaller the nose, usually the cuter the animal. And I just drew a little nostril there for the pony, and there's the neck. Next, I'm going to draw in the mane, and I'm going to make it look kind of like the forelock. It's just going to look like a bunch of icing on a cake. Really big and curvy chunks, if you will. So just imagine it like you're putting icing on a cake. And just refining a little bit more of the horn on my unicorn, and starting to put those spirally grooves on too. Now we're seeing much more dimension. Everything looks more rounded. Let's see, what else can I work on? Yes, I want to do the same thing for the mane as well. Putting some spirals on it, and that just gives the mane some texture, makes it look really round and fluffy, but also those lines show that, hey, there's some texture here. It's not just a flat shape. So everything looks good here. I'm ready to pull out the Sharpie marker and start outlining the drawing. So just start wherever you feel comfortable. I like to start up here at the top, and I'm going to work my way down. And just find one point and pull to the next point. Pull, point, point, pull. I want to make sure my ear on my unicorn overlaps the forelock, and then you'll see the other ear here. It's behind the forelock, so that really makes it look like it has some three-dimensional form. And I see my eyeball. Oh, I cut into my eyeball that I drew, but that's okay. Improvisation works wonders, and I just shifted the shape of the eyeball over, so you really can't tell the difference anyway. You can do that anytime you find that I messed up, I drew the wrong line, and you don't have to start over. If you really worked hard on it, you can just improv and fix it up a bit, move things around, and you'll be surprised. Sometimes your greatest piece turns out that way because of the improvisation. It just looks better than what you originally planned, which is awesome. So now I'm just drawing in the grooves of the horn and on the forelock and mane. Adding a little extra curve, but that's just because I personally love curvy lines. I usually push those curves whenever I'm finishing up a piece. And instead of having those lines cross underneath the mane. I'm just making it go around that little point. I think it looks less, I don't know, just less tense. And I decided to add some eyelashes. I think that really looks a lot better than no eyelashes. I don't know, I think anything with huge eyes like that merits some eyelashes. So, all done outlining. Now I'm going to take my eraser and erase all those pencil lines because I don't need them anymore. I want to have them all gone so I can color my gorgeous little unicorn. And the eraser that I'm using obviously creates pencil dust. That's one of the reasons why the kneaded eraser is awesome, because it won't do that. I might try to show you guys that in the next tutorial. I will try to remember that, okay guys? So y'all hang tight. You will get to see the kneaded eraser. It's a really fun little tool. So looks like everything here is finished up, so I'm going to get rid of all this eraser dust. Yuck, 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 yucky eraser dust. And now, time to pull out my colors. I use the Crayola markers, and I pre-picked all of these colors. I'm going to start with a very light pink for the unicorn's just full body color, fur coat. I don't remember what horses are called when they have hair. It's not just hair. Anyway, it's a very light pink. The pinks are really tricky in the marker set that I have. I think Crayola messed up 2 of them and switched the caps on them, so I went and switched them back. You'll see the ones that I'm using. I'll show you which ones got mixed up. But yeah, you gotta play around with some of these marker colors before you dive into your final piece. Which is true with any artwork you do. You always want to do some thumbnails and some test swatches of color. So Pony is colored pink. Now it is time to color in the mane. I picked out this really nice light lavender color for the mane. And cupcake icing mane. I really love the icing analogy. Works perfectly. Maybe someone out there can make cakes. Maybe they can make an actual cake unicorn. The colors that I'm going to be using for the whole unicorn are analogous, which means that they are harmonious. They work with each other. They're side by side in the color spectrum or the color wheel. And that's usually it's because they're harmonious. The moods, you know, that people will feel with those kind of colors really just make you feel more calm and relaxed and happy because they're harmonious. Here's one of those pinks I was telling you about. It's a slightly darker pink than the light one, and there's another marker that I'll be showing you next that is a lot darker, but the color of the cap just totally doesn't match. So I switched the caps just to make it easier on myself. I'm going to color the eyes in blue, as I was telling you about the analogous colors. Blue and purple are analogous with each other, and of course purple and pink are analogous with each other. So this all ties in together really beautifully. If you want to do a different set of colors with your unicorn, you could do like green and yellow and blue, or you could do yellow and orange and red. Those would all be perfect examples of analogous colors. And I'm taking that same pink that I colored in with the horn, and I'm using it for shadow on the unicorn's body. And I didn't do it right away just because you know how markers are, they don't dry immediately, so I just wanted to let the color dry first before I added anything to it. And I don't want to put too much pressure on my marker or staying in one spot too long, because that could tear a hole through the paper. If anyone's colored with markers before, they know what I'm talking about. And next I'm going to put in some shading in the mane, and I just grabbed a darker purple there. And this one I'm kind of having fun with. I'm not really planning ahead for it. I'm just going by feel, what I think would help make the mane look more three-dimensional. And I also want those lines to be more visible. Even though that was a light purple I used, the outline of the mane just kind of fades. It's not really obvious, so I'm going to bring that back out by outlining all these little lines here. I think that looks pretty good. And I'm going to go back and put a little bit of shadow under the forelock, because I just realized, you know, that's going to give it more weight. Okay, there's one of those markers I was telling you about that it seems Crayola is switched on. You can see it is much darker than the other color there. And I didn't want to use black, because black would be too bold, too heavy, and it would ruin the illusion of this soft, fluffy textures that this creature has. So just, you know, work your way gradually with the pinks. Next is I'm just going to color in the eye. I didn't draw in a pupil, but that's okay, because I can kind of play this one by ear. And I'm just coloring in a little bit of that dark blue for the eyes, because you know, the black would be too heavy, but I think that really makes those eyes shine. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I certainly enjoyed drawing it for you. Y'all have a lovely day.